Taking a look at the news in detail now, starting off with local news. President Mahinda Rajapaksha pays a surprise observation visit to Kilinochchi. The aim of his visit was to extend the gratitude of all citizens to gallant soldiers in connection with the National New Year. This was the first time that a head of state had visited Kilinochchi. This report on the president's tour of Kilinochchi was filed by Rupavahini's special correspondent Saman Kumara Rama Vikrama. The President and Commander-in-Chief Mahinda Rajapaksha visited the recently liberated northern town of Kilinochchi today. The President made this goodwill visit during the traditional Sinhala and New Year period to meet with troops stationed there as well as IDPs and other civilians. This is the first time that a head of state visited this part of Sri Lanka. Soldiers hoisted the national flag in Kilinochchi to welcome the head of state and commander-in-chief of the three armed forces to the capital of the claimed Eelam state of Kilinochchi. People were of the view that the victory achieved by the Sri Lankan nation through the Wanni operation was due to the leadership given by the President to rescue the motherland from terrorism without bowing down to local and foreign extremists. Kilinochchi was considered the headquarters and administrative centre of the separatist LTTE until it was taken over by the security forces on the 2nd of January this year in the current operations to eliminate terrorism from this country. On arrival at the proposed new hospital complex in the heart of Kilinochchi town at around 10 a.m. today, the President and his entourage were received by Defence Secretary Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Chief of Defence Staff Air Chief Marshal Donald Pereira, Commander of the Army Lieutenant General Sarath Fonseca, Commander of the Navy Vice Admiral Vasantha Karannagoda, Commander of the Air Force, Air Marshal Roshan Gunatilaka and Inspector General of Police Jayantha Vikramaratne, who had arrived in Kilinochchi prior to the visit of the presidential team. At the outset, officers commanding 5-7 and 5-8 divisions, Major General Jagat Dias and Brigadier Shavendra Silva, briefed the President on the exhausting long march made to liberate Kilinochchi by the respective divisions from the commencement of the Wanni humanitarian operation. During this historic visit, the President shared his thoughts with valiant soldiers present at the venue while joining them to taste traditional sweetmeats during tea. A cross-section of soldiers from all ranks representing Wanni-based military units received New Year gifts from the President.
මුලතු නගර බලකොටුව බිඳිහිලු 59 වන සේනාංකයේ සහ 55 53 උතුරු පෙරමුණු සේනාංකද තවත් කාර්ය සේනාංක රැසක්ද වන්නි මිහිමට එක්ව සිටියා. ගුවන් හමුදාව, නාවික හමුදාව හා පොලිසියද මෙහිදී කැපී පෙනෙන කාර්යභාරයක් ඉටු කළා. සියලු ආරක්ෂක අංශ ප්‍රධානීන් සමග ජනාධිපතිතුමා රණවිරු අලුත් අවුරුදු මේසය පහන් දල්වා විවෘත කළා. රණවිරුවන්ට අවුරුදු රසකැවිලි පාර්සල ප්‍රදානය ජනාධිපතිතුමා අතින් මීනකට සිදු වුණා. ආරක්ෂක ලේකම් ගෝඨාභය රාජපක්ෂ මහතා සහ ජනාධිපති ලේකම් ලලිත් වීරතුංග මහතාද මේ අවස්ථාවට එක් වුණා. රැස්ව සිටි ලොකු කුඩා නිලවල සියලු හමුදා සමාජිකයන් සමග එක්ව අවුරුදු සතුට බෙදා ගැනුණා.
A large stock of weaponry, including artillery and other sophisticated guns captured by the army from the LTTE, was also displayed to the President. President Mahinda Rajapaksha, along with President's Secretary Mr. Lalit Veeratunga, Defence Secretary Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa and military top brass saw for themselves the damage caused by the LTTE to public property such as schools, the hospital and the water tank before their eviction.
අවස්ථාව උදා වී තිබෙනවා. ඒ නිසා මෙම අවුරුද්ද නිදහසේ වසර ලෙස රජය නම් කරනු ලැබුවා. සිංහල දෙමළ ජනතාවට ත්‍රස්තග්‍රහණයෙන් මිදී නිදහසේ ජීවත්.
The commander of the 57th Division, Major General Jagat Dias, explained the military operations and their path towards Piramankulam in Vavuniya, Tampane, Periya Tampane, Pandiparichan, Palamvattam, Madu, Mallavi, Kokaville, Murakandi and Kilinochchi. Brigadier Shavendra Silva explained the path of the 58th Division towards LTTE territory. President Rajapaksa, along with security chiefs, declared open the New Year sweetmeats table, traditionally lighting the oil lamp. The President presented gifts and parcels of sweetmeats to war heroes. Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Secretary of the President Lalit Weeratunga were present on the occasion. It is pertinent to note that the then Prime Minister had failed to visit Kilinochchi to sign the peace accord in 2002 and that the LTTE leader signed the agreement in Kilinochchi. But the then Prime Minister had visited up to Vavuniya and the signing ceremony was conducted at the Vavuniya GA's office. Whereas President Rajapaksa also visited the former LTTE Peace Secretariat and political headquarters in Kilinochchi town. On his return, the President and his entourage landed in Vavuniya, where Commander Security Forces Headquarters Wanni Major General Jagat Jayasuriya received them. President Mahinda Rajapaksha, as Commander-in-Chief, addressed the members of the Tri-Forces, Police and Civil Defence Force in Wanni and appreciated their service before he distributed parcels of sweetmeats among them. President Secretary Mr. Lalit Weeratunga, Defence Secretary Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Commander of the Army Lieutenant General Sarath Fonseca, Commander of the Navy Vice Admiral Vasantha Karannagoda, Commander of the Air Force Air Marshal Roshan Gunatilaka, Inspector General of Police Mr. Jayantha Vikramaratne, Commandant Civil Defence Force Vice Admiral Sarath Veerasekara and Commandant Special Task Force Deputy Inspector General of Police Mr. KLM Sarachandra were also present during the visit.
LTTE Eelam